Imagine looking up at the night sky and knowing that one of those tiny points of light might be a sun with its own Earth-like world. That's exactly what happened back in 2015 when NASA announced the discovery of Kepler 452b. People immediately started calling it Earth's cousin or even Earth 2.0. Why? Because Kepler 452b isn't just another gas giant or a frozen wasteland. It orbits a star very similar to our Sun, and it sits in what scientists call the habitable zone, the sweet spot where temperatures could allow liquid water to exist. But hold on, don't let the headlines fool you. Calling it Earth 2.0 doesn't mean it's a twin of our planet. It's more like a distant relative, similar in some ways but very different in others. Still, the idea that there might be another rocky world warmed by a sun-like star captured everyone's imagination. Could it be a place where life might survive? Could it be a planet we could one day visit? Or is it just another cosmic mirage, looking familiar from far away but impossible up close? Think about it. What would you feel if tomorrow you woke up and scientists said, "Yes, we've confirmed there's another Earth out there"? Hope, excitement, or maybe a little fear? This is where our journey begins. With a planet 1,400 light-years away, orbiting a star not so different from our own, and raising the biggest question of all. Are we alone in the universe? Or do we have neighbors we haven't met yet? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video for more videos like this. Before we dive deeper into Kepler 452b itself, let's talk about the star it orbits, Kepler 452. Because just like with Earth, the star makes all the difference. Kepler 452 is a G-type star, which basically means it's very similar to our Sun. But here's the twist. It's a little older. Scientists estimate it's about 6 billion years old, compared to our Sun's 4.6 billion years. That extra time matters. It means the star has been shining longer, giving any planets around it a much bigger window for life to possibly develop. Now, Kepler 452 is only slightly bigger and brighter than our Sun. So, if you were standing on Kepler 452b's surface, assuming it has a solid one, the sunlight would look almost the same, maybe just a touch more intense. Imagine Earth on a bright summer day, but that's your everyday reality. The planet orbits this star at almost the same distance we orbit ours, about 1 AU or 93 million miles. That's why scientists got so excited. The conditions sound just right, at least on paper. But let's not forget, stars evolve. And since Kepler 452 is older, it's starting to heat up and expand slightly. That could spell trouble for Kepler 452b. Just like Earth's future billions of years from now, the warming might slowly boil away water and make the planet less welcoming. So here's the big question. Did Kepler 452b once have oceans and maybe even life, but is now slowly turning into a giant greenhouse? Or is it still clinging on, a stable world bathed in golden light, waiting for us to discover it? Think about it. If you had the chance to look through a telescope powerful enough to see its surface, what would you hope to see first? A blue ocean? Lush green forests? Or maybe cities? All right, now let's finally step onto the main stage, Kepler 452b. Discovered in 2015 by NASA's Kepler Space Telescope, this planet quickly made headlines as a potential Earth's cousin. But what makes it so special? First off, its size. Kepler 452b is about 60% larger than Earth. That puts it in the category of a super-Earth. Bigger size means stronger gravity. If you weighed 70 kilos here, on Kepler 452b, you'd feel closer to 1 in 20. Imagine trying to walk, or even run, under that weight. Every step would feel like a workout. Then comes the orbit. A year on Kepler 452b lasts about 385 days, just a little longer than ours. So if you lived there, your birthday would come a few weeks later each year compared to Earth. Small detail, but it makes this planet feel eerily familiar, doesn't it? Now, the star's light. Because Kepler 452 is older and slightly brighter than our Sun, Kepler 452b probably gets more energy than Earth does. That might mean warmer temperatures, maybe too warm. Think of it like Earth's climate turned up a notch, more tropical, maybe even edging toward desert in some regions. But here's where things get exciting. The planet is sitting smack in the habitable zone, the sweet spot where liquid water could exist. Water equals oceans. Oceans equal a chance for life. And that's the heart of the mystery. Could Kepler 452b be home to alien biology, or is it just a hot, rocky wasteland? And here's something to think about. If Kepler 452b has mountains, rivers, and maybe even clouds, the view of its sunset might look a lot like Earth's. Picture yourself standing there, heavier under its gravity, watching an alien sky that still feels strangely familiar, creepy, but also kind of beautiful, right? So, is Kepler 452b our second home waiting out there, or is it a warning sign, showing us what Earth might become in the far future as our sun ages? So here's the million-dollar question. Could Kepler 452b actually support life? Let's start with the basics. If it really has an atmosphere, it could act like a blanket, keeping heat in, protecting the surface from radiation, and maybe even creating weather patterns like rain and wind. Imagine alien clouds drifting across the sky, carrying water to rivers and oceans. Without an atmosphere, though, the surface would be a dry, dead rock. Now, think about water. Scientists don't know if Kepler 452b has oceans, but being in the habitable zone means liquid water could exist. Maybe giant seas sparkle under its sun, or maybe deep underground aquifers hide water like on Mars. If water is there, even in small amounts, that raises the possibility of life, tiny microbes, strange plants, maybe even something more complex. But here's the catch. Kepler 452b's star is older and brighter than our sun. That extra radiation could slowly boil off its oceans, turning the planet into a giant desert. Some scientists think it might already be halfway down that road. In other words, Kepler 452b could be a glimpse into Earth's future, hundreds of millions of years from now when our own oceans begin to shrink. And what about us, humans? Could we live there? Well, remember the gravity. It's almost twice as strong as Earth's. Just standing up would feel like carrying a full backpack all the time. Climbing stairs? Forget it. You'd need legs like a bodybuilder. And then there's the 1,400 light-year distance. With today's technology, it would take millions of years to get there. Still, think about it. A world orbiting a distant sun, possibly with mountains, rivers, clouds, and maybe even alien life. It's far away, maybe unreachable for us right now, but just knowing it exists changes how we see the universe. Because if there's one Earth cousin out there, how many more are waiting to be found? So why does Kepler 452b grab so much attention? Simple, it's a mirror showing us what Earth might look like in the far future. Think about it. Kepler 452b orbits a star older than our sun. That means it could already be facing the same challenges Earth will deal with billions of years from now. Rising heat, shrinking oceans, a planet slowly becoming less friendly to life. In a way, it's like peeking into our own destiny. And then there's the bigger picture. Kepler 452b proves we're not limited to imagining sci-fi worlds. These planets are real. They're out there. Every new discovery like this makes the universe feel less empty and more alive. It tells us, if we found one, we can find more. NASA scientists call Kepler 452b Earth's older cousin. And that nickname matters. It reminds us that Earth might not be unique. There could be billions of rocky worlds circling stars across the galaxy. Some could be too hot, some too cold, but some just right. Of course, we can't visit Kepler 452b anytime soon. 1,400 light-years is a distance our fastest spacecraft could never cover in a human lifetime. But new telescopes, like the James Webb and the upcoming Extremely Large Telescope, are already sharpening our vision. Someday we might even catch a direct picture of Kepler 452b. Imagine seeing its clouds or mountains with your own eyes. And here's the real kicker. Finding a planet like Kepler 452b makes us ask deeper questions. Are we alone? Or are there civilizations out there staring at their own night skies, wondering if we exist? In the end, Kepler 452b isn't just a dot of light in space. It's a symbol of possibility, a reminder that our galaxy is filled with mysteries still waiting to be uncovered. And who knows, maybe the next Earth we find will be close enough for us to actually reach. Here's the thing. Kepler 452b isn't just about one planet. It's about the search itself. Every time we find a new Earth candidate, we push the limits of what we can know, and we remind ourselves how tiny, yet how curious, we really are. Think about it. Just a few decades ago, we didn't even know if other solar systems existed. Now, we've confirmed over 5,000 exoplanets. Some are gas giants, some are frozen worlds, and a rare few, like Kepler 452b, sit in that sweet spot where liquid water might exist. Doesn't that change the way you look up at the night sky? And there's something deeply human about this quest. We're explorers at heart. From sailing across oceans to sending rovers to Mars, we've always asked, what's out there? Kepler 452b is just the latest chapter in that story. Maybe one day when technology leaps forward, our descendants will send probes, or even themselves, on the long journey to these distant cousins of Earth. But even if we never set foot on Kepler 452b, its discovery matters. It forces us to appreciate our own planet. Earth is rare, Earth is fragile, and Earth is right here now. Sometimes, searching the skies reminds us how important it is to protect the ground beneath our feet. So, next time you look up and see the stars, remember this. One of those tiny lights could be home to another world, another ocean, maybe even another civilization asking the same questions we are. Kepler 452b is just one clue in a puzzle far bigger than us, but solving it might be the most exciting journey humanity has ever taken. So here's the big question. What's the real lesson of Kepler 452b? It's not just that there might be another Earth out there. It's about perspective. We've learned that planets like ours aren't as rare as we once thought. In fact, the galaxy could be full of them. And if that's true, then the chances of life existing somewhere else suddenly feel a lot less impossible. But there's another side to this. Kepler 452b is billions of years older than Earth. If life ever formed there, it could have had a head start of billions of years. Imagine what that would mean. Civilizations so advanced that our technology looks like stone tools compared to theirs. Or maybe the planet grew too hot too fast, and life was snuffed out before it could even begin. That's the real mystery, isn't it? Kepler 452b forces us to face both possibilities, that we might not be alone, and that life itself is incredibly fragile. Both ideas are huge. Both change the way we see ourselves. And honestly, that's why this discovery is so powerful. Even if we never step foot there, Kepler 452b challenges us to think bigger, to dream further, and to keep asking the one question humans have never stopped asking. Are we alone?